This video contains audio content only. There are no visual elements or images accompanying the audio. If you're expecting to see video footage, please note that this is an intentional audio-only presentation. We recommend listening to this content rather than watching the screen. Thank you for your understanding and enjoy the audio. Welcome. Join us as we unravel the captivating story of the Mosuo people of Southwest China. In simple terms, we'll explore their unique matrilineal society, where women hold significant power, and the fascinating, walking marriage tradition. We'll delve into their close relationship with nature, their rich cultural heritage, and the challenges they face in a rapidly changing world. Get ready to discover a different way of life, challenge your assumptions about family and society, and gain a deeper understanding of the diverse tapestry of human experience. Chapter 1. Beyond the Myths. Reclaiming the True Story of the Mosuo. The Mosuo, an enigmatic ethnic group nestled in the remote highlands of southwest China, where the provinces of Yunnan and Sichuan converge, have long intrigued the outside world. Their social organization, a tapestry woven with threads of matrilineal descent, female economic authority, and male political influence, presents a far more nuanced and captivating story. Their world, centered around the serene beauty of Lagu Lake, offers a glimpse into a culture that challenges conventional notions of family, marriage, and societal structure. Indigenous Mosuo scholars, such as Lamu Gatusa, Latami Dashi, Yang Lifen, and Hime, have diligently documented their heritage, providing invaluable perspectives from within the community. Mosuo women wield considerable power within the domestic sphere. They are the heads of their households, inherit property through the female line, and make crucial business decisions. This economic authority contrasts with the political landscape, where men often hold positions of leadership. For instance, in Luoshui village, a bustling hub of Mosuo culture and tourism, the political leader is a man named Zhe. This division of power, however, isn't a static rule. Historically, Mosuo villages frequently had female leaders, a testament to the fluidity of their social roles. One young Mosuo woman, reflecting on the perceived equality within her community, poignantly observed that women often bear the brunt of the workload, both domestically and in the fields, while men control the finances and important decisions, a perspective that underscores the complexities of gender dynamics within even a matrilineal society. Adding another layer of complexity is the historical feudal structure that once permeated Mosuo society. A small, privileged nobility held sway over a larger peasant population. This elite class adhered to a unique system of parallel line of descent. Fathers within the nobility passed their social standing to their sons, ensuring the continuation of their privileged status. Simultaneously, mothers transmitted their social position to their daughters, maintaining the female line of inheritance. This dual system created a fascinating interplay of matrilineal and patriarchal elements, with social class dictating the specific lineage followed. For example, if a commoner Mosuo woman formed a union with a male serf, her daughter would inherit her commoner status, while her son would assume the serf status of his father. The Mosuo's way of life is inextricably linked to the land. They are primarily agrarian, raising a variety of livestock, including yak, water buffalo, sheep, goats, and poultry, and cultivating crops such as grains and potatoes. Their self-sufficiency is evident in their meticulous preservation of meat, a necessity in the absence of refrigeration. Pork, a dietary staple, undergoes a unique preservation process. After slaughter, the pig is kept whole, its cavity filled with salt and spices, and then stored in a dry, airy location. This method allows the pork to remain edible for up to 10 years, a crucial survival strategy, especially during harsh winters when food becomes scarce. Their ingenuity extends to brewing sulima, a local alcoholic beverage made from grain. Similar to a strong wine, sulima plays a central role in Mosuo culture, offered to guests, shared at ceremonies, and enjoyed during festivals, a testament to its social and ritual significance. Traditional Mosuo homes, built with timber and often arranged around a central courtyard, reflect their agrarian lifestyle and communal values. The first floor serves a multifunctional purpose, housing livestock, including water buffalo, horses, geese, and poultry, alongside the main cooking, eating, and visiting areas. This integration of living spaces with livestock underscores the central role of animals in their daily lives. The second floor, typically used for storage and bedrooms, offers a degree of privacy, especially for women of childbearing age who are granted their own flower rooms for receiving nocturnal visits from their chosen partners. These private rooms contrast with the communal living arrangements that characterize most of the Mosuo home, highlighting the balance between individual autonomy and collective living. The Mosuo economy, historically based on bartering, is undergoing a transformation as interactions with the outside world increase. While bartering remains prevalent within Mosuo communities, particularly in more rural areas, cash transactions are becoming increasingly common, especially in villages with a significant tourist presence. This shift towards a cash-based economy is driven by the need for currency to access services like education and travel. Average annual incomes, however, remain low, ranging from $150 to $200. This limited income presents financial hurdles for many Mosuo families, especially when faced with expenses related to schooling or venturing beyond their isolated communities. The introduction of electricity has brought some modern conveniences to most Mosuo villages, but some communities, particularly those further removed from tourist routes, still lack access to power, underscoring the uneven distribution of modern amenities. This misrepresentation has led to instances of exploitation and harassment, forcing Mosuo women to defend themselves against unwelcome advances. The construction of roads, hotels, and other tourist infrastructure has also altered the landscape, raising concerns about the preservation of Mosuo cultural heritage and the fragile ecosystem of Lagu Lake. Younger Mosuo, exposed to outside influences through education and employment in urban centers, are increasingly choosing to marry outside of the community, adopting the more conventional marriage practices of mainstream Chinese society. This generational shift presents a challenge to the continuity of Mosuo traditions, raising questions about the future of their unique social structure and way of life. The Mosuo story is one of resilience and adaptation, a delicate dance between preserving ancient traditions and navigating the pressures of the modern world. It's a story that unfolds in the daily lives of women like Sadama Rata, a 29-year-old Mosuo woman who embodies the bridge between generations. With her modern attire and smartphone, she navigates the world of social media and urban life, while maintaining her connection to her family's farm and the traditions of her ancestors. It's a story that echoes in the wisdom of the Dabu, the elderly matriarchs who hold the family together, their faces etched with the stories of a lifetime spent working the land, their voices carrying the weight of cultural memory. It's a story of a community grappling with change, striving to maintain its unique identity in the face of external pressures. It's a story that challenges us to look beyond simplistic labels and embrace the rich tapestry of human experience. Chapter 2. Beneath the Matriarch's Gaze, Family Ties and Shifting Sands. The Mosuo family, a microcosm of their unique culture, revolves around the matriarch, the Ami. More than just a title, Ami signifies respect, authority, and the embodiment of ancestral wisdom. She is the heart of the household, the keeper of traditions, and the ultimate decision-maker. Her influence permeates every aspect of family life, from daily routines to long-term planning. From a young age, Mosuo girls are immersed in the rhythms of their family's agrarian existence. They learn the essential skills that will sustain them throughout their lives: cleaning, cooking, gathering firewood, tending to the livestock that share their homes, and mastering the intricate art of spinning and weaving. While the influx of outside goods has eased some of the burdens of self-sufficiency, the tradition of weaving continues to thrive, particularly among the older generations. Women like Pema Lamu, a 73-year-old from the village of Zashi, exemplify this enduring connection to their heritage. Their hands, weathered by years of working the land, skillfully manipulate the looms, creating vibrant textiles that embody both practical necessity and cultural expression. Mosuo men, while not heading the household, play a vital role in the family structure. They are the builders, the caretakers of livestock, and the skilled fishermen who provide sustenance from Lagu Lake. These skills are passed down through generations, with uncles serving as mentors to their nephews, guiding them in the traditions of their ancestors. Young boys learn to care for the yak, water buffalo, sheep, goats, and poultry that are integral to the Mosuo economy and way of life. They also learn to cultivate the land, growing grains, potatoes, and other crops that provide the foundation of their diet. The men also take on the responsibility of slaughtering livestock, a task considered taboo for women. Their expertise in preserving the slaughtered pigs, keeping them edible for up to a decade, ensures the family's survival during lean times, especially during the harsh winter months when resources are scarce, as recounted by Asa Pure, a 67-year-old Mosuo woman who recalls the abundance of her childhood contrasting with the hardships of today. The Mosuo approach to fatherhood is perhaps one of the most distinctive aspects of their culture. Unlike traditional patriarchal societies, where fathers hold a central role in the upbringing of their children, Mosuo fathers have a more distant relationship with their biological offspring. The identity of the father is often revealed gradually, through casual conversations and subtle hints from family and neighbors. While fathers may not be the primary disciplinarians or providers for their own children, they maintain a connection through symbolic gestures. When a baby turns 1, the father's mother and sister visit, bearing gifts, a tradition that acknowledges the paternal link. On major festivals, children visit their father's house, further reinforcing this connection. However, the primary responsibility of Mosuo men lies in caring for their sister's children, their nieces and nephews, who live within the same household. This unique dynamic creates a familial web where children are raised collectively, surrounded by a network of aunts, uncles, and cousins, all contributing to their upbringing. As one Mosuo man explained, men are feminists by any standard, readily caring for younger siblings and demonstrating a natural ease with childcare, even bathing and changing diapers. At the center of this intricate family structure stands the Omi, the matriarch. Her authority is not derived from dominance but from a deep understanding of family needs and the wisdom accumulated over generations. She manages the household's finances, allocates resources, and oversees the work of each family member. When the time comes to pass on her responsibilities, the Omi selects a female successor, typically a daughter or niece. This transition of power is marked by a symbolic act, the passing of the keys to the household storage. These keys represent more than just access to food and supplies. They symbolize the inheritance of property rights, the responsibility for the family's well-being, and the continuation of the matrilineal lineage. As Yang Kongmu, a Mosuo matriarch, explained, the passing of the keys signifies the transfer of authority and the responsibility for maintaining the family's traditions. The Mosuo have a long tradition of adoption, a practice that reflects their communal values and adaptability. Children may be adopted for a variety of reasons, including maintaining a balance of genders within the household, providing support for families that are too small to sustain themselves, or offering a home for orphans. Adopted children are fully integrated into the family, inheriting the same rights and responsibilities as biological offspring. In some instances, adopted females even rise to become matriarchs, demonstrating the fluidity and inclusivity of the Mosuo family structure. Lineage and inheritance are deeply intertwined in Mosuo culture. Property, including land and houses, is passed down through the female line, ensuring the economic security and independence of women. This matrilineal inheritance system stands in stark contrast to traditional patriarchal systems, where property typically passes through the male line. Among the Mosuo, the lack of legal marriage and the practice of walking marriages further solidify the importance of the female lineage. Because children remain within their mother's household, inheritance disputes are rare. The Omi, as the head of the household, plays a crucial role in mediating any disagreements and ensuring the equitable distribution of resources. This system of inheritance promotes family stability and reinforces the central role of women in Mosuo society. Increased trade and the rise of a cash-based economy are transforming their historically barter-based system. Younger Mosuo women, like Ladzu, a 22-year-old mother, find themselves balancing traditional skills like weaving with new opportunities in the tourism industry or other modern professions. Some young Mosuo are choosing to marry outside the community, adopting the more conventional marriage practices of mainstream Chinese society. This shift towards nuclear families and patrilineal inheritance poses a challenge to the continuity of Mosuo traditions. Despite these challenges, the Mosuo family remains a source of strength and resilience. The Omi, the matriarch, continues to hold a position of respect, guiding the family through the shifting sands of change. The bonds of kinship, forged through shared responsibility and communal living, endure, adapting to new circumstances while preserving the core values that have sustained the Mosuo for generations. The story of the Mosuo is a testament to the enduring power of family, the adaptability of culture, and the ongoing negotiation between tradition and modernity. Chapter 3. A Dance in the Moonlight, the Mystique of Walking Marriage. The Mosuo practice of walking marriage, or Tisese, is arguably the most well-known and yet most misunderstood aspect of their culture. It's a system of intimate relationships that defies conventional notions of marriage and family, offering a glimpse into a world where love and partnership are woven into the fabric of communal living and matrilineal kinship. Tisese is not simply a casual arrangement, but a complex and nuanced custom deeply embedded in Mosuo social structure. Imagine a young Mosuo woman, having just undergone her coming-of-age ceremony at the age of 13. She is now granted her own private room, her flower room, a space symbolizing her transition to adulthood and her autonomy in choosing her partners. This room, often adorned with colorful textiles and personal belongings, becomes her sanctuary, a place where she can receive nocturnal visits from her chosen axia or partner. The initiation of a walking marriage is shrouded in secrecy. Under the cover of darkness, the man walks to the woman's house, his intentions known only to them. If she grants him entry, he hangs his hat on the door of her flower room, a silent signal to others that she is occupied. He spends the night with her, leaving before dawn to return to his own maternal home. These nighttime visits, conducted discreetly, maintain the privacy of the relationship and avoid disrupting the daily routines of the extended family. There are no formal vows, no exchange of rings, no legal contracts. The relationship is built on mutual affection, a shared understanding, and the freedom to choose. This freedom, however, does not equate to promiscuity, a common misconception perpetuated by outsiders. While walking marriages allow for multiple partners, many Mosuo women, like those in other cultures, choose to have only one partner at a time. They practice a form of serial monogamy, forming deep emotional connections with their chosen axia. These relationships, though not legally binding, can last for years, even a lifetime. Yang Zashi, a young Mosuo musician, described how his father, though not living with his mother, remained a constant presence in his childhood, joining him on trips to gather firewood and mushrooms, demonstrating the enduring bond that can exist within a walking marriage. The birth of a child in a walking marriage does not alter the fundamental dynamics of the relationship. The child is raised within the mother's extended family, taking her family name and becoming an integral part of the matrilineal household. Maternal uncles, the brothers of the mother, step into the role of father figure, providing guidance, discipline, and financial support. This communal approach to child-rearing ensures that the child is surrounded by a loving and supportive network of relatives, regardless of the parent's relationship status. As one Mosuo woman explained, her children call all her sisters mother, blurring the lines between biological and familial ties. The absence of legal ties and formal marriage vows offers a unique advantage to the Mosuo: the ease with which relationships can be dissolved. If a relationship ends, there are no complex legal proceedings, no custody battles, no division of assets. The partners simply go their separate ways, free to pursue other relationships without social stigma. Yang Kongmu, a Mosuo matriarch, described how her first walking marriage ended amicably when the affection between her and her partner faded. She simply wove him a belt, a traditional gesture of affection, and he stopped coming around. There were no hard feelings, no lingering resentment. The relationship had run its course, and they both moved on. The Mosuo do not have a word for jealousy in their language, a testament to their acceptance of multiple partners and the fluidity of relationships. This doesn't mean they are devoid of emotions, but rather that their understanding of love and partnership differs from the possessiveness that often characterizes conventional marriages. As one Mosuo woman explained, love is like nectar in the blossom, salt in the soup. It brings joy to the world, but it doesn't need to be confined or controlled. The Mosuo people stand at a crossroads, their ancient traditions facing the pressures of a rapidly changing world. The practice of walking marriage, once a cornerstone of their culture, is being re-evaluated and redefined by younger generations. While some are choosing to embrace the conventions of mainstream Chinese society, others are finding creative ways to adapt Tisese to fit modern contexts. The future of walking marriage remains uncertain, but the Mosuo's story, a testament to their resilience and adaptability, continues to unfold, a dance in the moonlight between tradition and modernity. Chapter 4. Legu Lake's Daughters, Echoes of an Enduring Legacy. Legu Lake, a sapphire jewel cradled by the emerald embrace of the Himalayas, is more than just a geographical landmark, it's the spiritual and cultural heart of the Mosuo people. For centuries, its crystalline waters and the encircling mountains, revered as deities, have shaped not only their sustenance but also their unique social fabric and spiritual worldview. The lake itself, shimmering under the Yunnan sky, is worshipped as a mother goddess, a source of life and sustenance. Towering above, the majestic goddess mountain, Jemu, watches over her children, her tears, according to legend, forming the lake itself. This profound connection to nature permeates every aspect of Mosuo existence. The Mosuo cosmos is populated by spirits, residing in trees, rocks, rivers, and the very air they breathe. This animistic reverence for the natural world coexists harmoniously with Tibetan Buddhism, introduced in the 13th century. Many Mosuo homes, traditionally built with timber and arranged around a central courtyard, feature a dedicated sacred chamber, a sanctuary for Buddhist worship and a haven for traveling lamas. Inside, flickering butter lamps illuminate Tibetan Buddhist altars, adorned with intricate carvings and colorful thangkas, while the scent of incense mingles with the aroma of sulima, the local grain-based wine, offered to guests and deities alike. Scattered along the lake's shores and nestled in the surrounding valleys are the Mosuo villages, each a testament to their unique architectural traditions and agrarian lifestyle. Traditional houses, constructed with timber and featuring intricate carvings, often enclose a central courtyard, a bustling hub of family life. Here, livestock, yak, water buffalo, horses, geese, and poultry coexist with humans, their presence a constant reminder of the Mosuo's agrarian roots. The first floor houses not only the animals but also the main cooking, eating, and visiting areas, a testament to their communal values. Upstairs, storage rooms and the women's private, flower rooms, offer a degree of privacy within the otherwise communal living space. The Mosuo are a people of the land, their lives deeply intertwined with the rhythms of nature. They are primarily agricultural, cultivating crops like barley, corn, potatoes, beans, and cabbage, and raising livestock for sustenance and trade. Their self-sufficiency is evident in their ingenious methods of food preservation, particularly their renowned preserved pork, a whole pig carcass meticulously salted, spiced, and air-dried, capable of lasting up to a decade, a vital resource during harsh winters. Their economic system, historically based on bartering within the community and through trade caravans venturing along ancient routes to Tibet and beyond, is gradually adapting to the demands of a cash-based economy, driven by the influx of tourism and the increasing need for currency to access education and travel. Their language, a Tibeto-Burman tongue passed down through generations of oral tradition, has no words for war, murder, or rape, reflecting the historically peaceful nature of their society. Their traditional justice system, devoid of jails, relies on community mediation and restorative practices, emphasizing harmony and reconciliation. This peaceful coexistence, however, has not insulated them from the tumultuous currents of Chinese history. During the Cultural Revolution, 1966 to 1976, the Mosuo, like many other ethnic minorities, faced suppression of their traditions. Their walking marriages were condemned, and they were pressured to conform to the monogamous norms of mainstream Chinese society. Their religious practices were curtailed, their sacred texts burned, and their property confiscated. Yet, with the resilience that characterizes their culture, they persevered, returning to their ancestral ways once the political climate shifted. Women, as heads of their households, manage finances, make business decisions, and inherit property through the female line. The Ami, the matriarch, is the central figure, her wisdom and experience guiding the family. Men, while not heading the household, play essential roles in building and repairing homes, fishing, slaughtering livestock, and participating in community decision-making. Their responsibility extends to caring for their sisters' children, their nieces and nephews, who live within the same extended family unit. Under the cover of darkness, men visit their chosen partners in their private, flower rooms, returning to their own maternal homes before dawn. Children born from these unions are raised within the mother's household, taking her family name and cared for by her extended family, with maternal uncles playing a significant role. This system, while allowing for multiple partners and the freedom to end relationships without social stigma, is often characterized by long-term, even lifelong, partnerships, a testament to the Mosuo's capacity for deep emotional connection. Tourism, while alleviating poverty and creating new jobs, has also led to cultural commodification, environmental concerns, and the misrepresentation of Mosuo customs. The walking marriage, in particular, has been misinterpreted, leading to inappropriate behavior from some tourists and the exploitation of Mosuo women. This has necessitated interventions by locals, like the slapping incident recounted by one Mosuo woman, to protect their women and their cultural values. Younger generations, exposed to outside influences, are increasingly questioning traditional ways. Some are choosing to marry outside the community, adopting the conventional marriage practices of mainstream Chinese society. Others are finding ways to balance tradition with modernity, like Nazu Zuoma, who manages the family finances and maintains a walking marriage while renting out an inn to tourists. This generational shift, while challenging the continuity of Mosuo traditions, also demonstrates their remarkable adaptability. The Mosuo are a people in transition, navigating the complexities of a rapidly changing world. They are grappling with the pressures of modernization, the allure of economic development, and the preservation of their cultural identity. Their story, woven into the fabric of Lagoo Lake's shores, is a testament to their resilience, their adaptability, and their enduring connection to the land and the traditions that have shaped them for centuries. It's a story of women like Sada Murata, straddling tradition and modernity, and of matriarchs like Ku Mu, whose wisdom and strength embody the heart of Mosuo culture. It's a story that invites us to question our own assumptions about family, marriage, and society, and to appreciate the rich diversity of human experience. It's a story that whispers of a forgotten way of life, a way of life that, while evolving, continues to echo in the daughters of Lagoo Lake. Chapter 5. The Serpent of Progress. Tradition confronts the modern world. The Mosuo, nestled amidst the tranquil beauty of Lagoo Lake and the towering Himalayas, find themselves at a precarious juncture, their ancient traditions facing the relentless tide of modernization and globalization. The once isolated villages, cradled by the mountains and accessible only by arduous footpaths or mule trails, are now connected by paved roads and a recently constructed airport, ushering in a new era of connectivity and exposure to the outside world. This newfound accessibility, while offering economic opportunities previously unimaginable, has also unleashed a complex interplay of forces that are reshaping the very fabric of Mosuo society. While tourism has injected much-needed capital into the local economy, it has also led to the commodification of Mosuo culture. Their unique customs, particularly the practice of Tisese, have been packaged and presented to tourists in often simplistic and even misleading ways. The nuanced realities of walking marriage, with its emphasis on mutual affection and long-term partnerships, are often reduced to the sensationalized notion of free love, fueling misconceptions and even encouraging inappropriate behavior from some visitors. One Mosuo woman recounted how she was forced to slap a tourist from Guangdong who attempted to pay for sex, believing that the walking marriage tradition implied promiscuity. This incident, a stark reminder of the clash between cultural values, highlights the challenges the Mosuo face in protecting their traditions from misinterpretation and exploitation. The physical landscape, too, is undergoing a transformation. The shores of Lagoo Lake, once pristine and serene, are now dotted with hotels, restaurants, and even casinos, catering to the growing tourist trade. The once clear waters, a source of sustenance and spiritual significance, are facing pollution from increased boat traffic and inadequate waste disposal. Fishermen, like those in Luoshui, the largest Mosuo village, lament the depletion of fish stocks, a consequence of both overfishing and environmental degradation. The construction of these tourist facilities, while generating income for some Mosuo families, has also altered the traditional aesthetic of their villages, replacing timber houses with concrete structures and disrupting the harmony between their homes and the natural environment. The impact of modernization extends beyond the physical realm, penetrating the very core of Mosuo family life. Younger Mosuo, exposed to outside influences through education, media, and employment in urban centers, are increasingly questioning the traditions of their ancestors. Many are choosing to marry outside the community, forming nuclear families and adopting the patriarchal structures prevalent in mainstream Chinese society. Ladzu, a 22-year-old Mosuo woman, exemplifies this generational shift. She married a Han Chinese man and now lives with her husband and son in a separate house, a departure from the traditional Mosuo practice of extended family living and walking marriage. This trend, while offering new opportunities and freedoms for young Mosuo, also presents a challenge to the continuity of their unique social structure. Older Mosuo women, the traditional custodians of culture, find themselves grappling with these changes. They witness the decline of walking marriage, the rise of nuclear families, and the growing influence of Han Chinese culture with a mixture of concern and resignation. Asa Nuja, a 69-year-old Mosuo woman, laments the decision of her daughters to marry in the Han Chinese way, a choice that goes against their tradition of walking marriage. She feels the weight of responsibility for preserving their heritage, yet recognizes the allure of the modern world for younger generations. Other older women, like Sada Dorma, a 77-year-old from the village of Yishi, have witnessed the impact of development firsthand, as the construction of an airport disrupted tourism in her village and forced her family to adapt to new economic realities. Within the Mosuo community, these changes have sparked internal conflicts and tensions. Some families, like Nazu Zuomas, are embracing the opportunities presented by tourism, renting out rooms to visitors and managing the financial aspects of their businesses. Others, like Asa Pure, a 67-year-old woman who recalls the relative prosperity of her childhood, are struggling to adapt to the economic hardships brought about by the decline of traditional agriculture and the rise of a cash-based economy. This economic disparity further exacerbates the generational divide, creating tensions between those who benefit from tourism and those who feel left behind. Education plays a crucial role in this cultural transition. Bilingual schools, teaching both Mandarin and the Mosuo language, are attempting to bridge the gap between tradition and modernity. Mosuo children, like those attending the junior high school at Lagu Lake, are exposed to the national curriculum, learning Mandarin and acquiring skills that will enable them to pursue opportunities beyond their isolated communities. However, access to higher education remains limited, with the nearest senior school located 100 kilometers away, a significant barrier for many families. This limited access to education can restrict the choices available to young Mosuo, particularly those from families with limited financial resources. The Mosuo, while not officially recognized as a separate ethnic group by the Chinese government, are actively working to balance economic development with cultural preservation. The moratorium on hotel construction on Lagu Lake, implemented by the Yunnan provincial government, demonstrates a commitment to protecting the environment and the unique character of the region. The promotion of bilingual education, while exposing Mosuo children to the wider world, also aims to preserve their language and cultural heritage. These initiatives, however, face significant challenges, as the pressures of modernization and the allure of economic advancement continue to reshape Mosuo society. Chu Weihong, a lawyer from Singapore who built a house in a Mosuo village, has witnessed these changes firsthand. She observed the shift towards nuclear families and the increasing number of young Mosuo marrying outside the community. She also noted the growing economic disparity within the community, as some families prospered from tourism while others struggled to make ends meet. Her observations, documented in her book, The Kingdom of Women, provide a valuable outsider's perspective on the challenges the Mosuo face in navigating the complexities of modernization. The Mosuo story is not simply a tale of cultural erosion, it's a story of adaptation, resilience, and the ongoing negotiation between tradition and modernity. It's a story of women like Sadama Rada, who embodies the bridge between generations, embracing modern technology and fashion while maintaining a strong connection to her family and her cultural heritage. It's a story of matriarchs like Ku Mu, whose wisdom and strength continue to guide their families through the shifting sands of change. It's a story of a community grappling with the challenges and opportunities of a rapidly changing world, striving to preserve the essence of their culture while also adapting to the demands of a new era. It's a story that unfolds in the daily lives of the Mosuo people, a story that echoes in the whispers of the wind across Lagu Lake, A story that reminds us of the enduring power of culture and the human capacity for both change and continuity. The Mosuo people, living around Lagu Lake, challenge conventional societal structures with their matrilineal society and walking marriages. While women hold economic power, men influence political spheres. This delicate balance is now facing the pressures of modernization, tourism, and generational shifts. The influx of outside influences impacts their traditions, environment, and family structures, raising questions about cultural preservation. The Mosuo's experience reflects a broader global narrative of balancing tradition and progress. How can cultures adapt while retaining their unique identities? What are the ethical implications of tourism and cultural commodification? Share your thoughts below. Like and subscribe for more explorations of fascinating cultures. Keep questioning, keep learning. The world is full of wonders waiting to be discovered.